Christmas in the Caribbean. And you told the wife's been back? Hey everybody, welcome back to Disappoint Your Demons. My name is Ron, a grateful recovering alcoholic. And I'm back. Sorry that it has been a while since my last video. A lot of things have been going on with the holidays and my daughter getting married and, you know, the grandkids and just life in general. You know, everything is busy, but a good kind of busy. So, you know, I haven't really had the opportunity to make one of these videos in a while, but here I am. I'm alive, I'm healthy, I'm sober. Just celebrated 8 months sober on the 8th of December. And yeah, I mean, things are coming up roses for me. I guess this is going to be the obligatory holiday special, Christmas special, whatever you want to call it. It seems everybody's talking about how to stay sober on the holidays and, you know, what to do to avoid relapse during the holidays. And, you know, I have my own thoughts about it, obviously. Let's see, like, the holidays for me, like, especially, you know, when I was drinking, I ruined my fair share of holidays. I remember one Thanksgiving, I had stayed up and drank, you know, probably a couple bottles of wine with friends, and like a lot though, and got absolutely hammered. And then it was like, I think it was actually my my oldest daughter's first Thanksgiving, and my wife tried to wake me up to go to Thanksgiving dinner, and my parents were coming down and everything, and she kept trying to wake me up, and I was so hungover, and I had gotten sick, and she tried to wake me up, and I just kind of came to a little bit, and I said, "Stop trying to fucking wake me up, I fucking hate you." And yep, that's what I said to her on our on Thanksgiving, and that one sticks with me. For many reasons, but one being that she never lets me forget it. Seriously, like, and then like just all the holidays, like, you know, my kids are always worried, you know, that they never know which version of dad they were gonna get, and waking up on Christmas morning and just being a hungover wreck and not really being able to or wanting to function all that much. You know, I watched the kids open their presents and then I would go back to bed. Stuff like that. So the holidays were never really very fun, and I would drink during them. But the funny thing is that, you know, and you know, everybody's different, but people, like, I hear them say, "Oh, you know, it's the holidays, I'm going to get invited to parties, and, you know, I'm going to have to go to places that I don't really want to go to, but I kind of feel like obligated to go to." And, you know, there's going to be lots of drinking, and, you know, to me, you know, that's like, it's just, it's like a random Tuesday down here. Like, you know, like, people, you know, invite, and I honestly, I don't go to places, like, so that's, I guess, the thing. You know, especially during the holidays, and I get it, it's family, it's company Christmas parties, it's, you know, New Year's Eve, you know, everybody wants to celebrate the new year, and like, oh, I have to go to this party, or I have to go do this, I have to go do that. No, you don't. You absolutely do not. I don't care if you're in the corporate world, or you're in, you know, the trades, or, you know, whatever, you're a higher up and you're expected to be there. Fuck you. I'm not going. How about that? You know, it's one of those things. Like, your sobriety and your health is tantamount. It is the most important thing. You don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to do anything. Like, one person was saying the other day, like, oh, you know, at the Christmas party, that's when they give out the Christmas bonuses. And if and if you don't show up to the party, you don't get your Christmas bonus. And so one of my things is like, okay, so is if I go and I put myself at risk, and let's say I do start drinking, right? Is that Christmas bonus going to be enough to cover my bail money? Because that's a good possibility. That's where I'll end up, if I start drinking at the Christmas party. Or they'll say that, it's I'm management. I'm obligated to be there. No, you're not. No, like, you got to management, or you got to the position. Maybe you got to it while you were drunk. But you're not going to keep it if you keep drinking, right? That's why you quit drinking in the first place. So I think that whoever, sorry about that, there was a car barge going by, but I think whoever is telling you that you have to be there, if you kind of, gently explain to them, or tell them that, I don't feel comfortable going because of all the drinking, and my history or whatever, that, they should understand that it might not be the best environment for you to be in. And if they can't understand that, well, maybe it's time to start looking for another job. Plain and simple. And then, friends and stuff like that, you should be able to explain to them too, like, hey, I don't feel comfortable going to this. Because of my drinking, because there's going to be a lot of people getting drunk and a lot of alcohol, and it's going to be very booze-centric, and I don't feel comfortable going. And that should be good enough. But let's say that you do get roped in. And then another thing, like weddings. People say, oh, I have to go to a wedding. No, you don't. You're probably going to end up getting divorced anyways, first of all. And secondly, like, there's going to be kids and old people there. Like, that's no fun. You can always skip out on those too. Same excuse. Like, you don't have to go. But anyway, so if you do end up getting roped into it, or you do feel comfortable enough in your sobriety going, which I feel like I'm getting there and comfortable enough in my sobriety that I can go to certain things now. Like my company is doing a boat trip. We're going, it's going to be like 17 or 18 of us going, no kids, so that's good. But the boat trip, I'm in the Caribbean. We're going to be going over to the British Virgin Islands, which I haven't been to in quite some time, and it's beautiful over there too. And so I'm going to go on that. And yes, there is going to be a lot of drinking. Yes, they are all very aware that I am not drinking, that I'm staying sober, and they're being very respectful about that. And they even said, like, if you're not comfortable with that, we can change the type of thing that we're doing. And the world doesn't revolve around me and my sobriety. I get that, but I was like, no, I think I'll be okay doing that. And they're renting a big enough boat that I can certainly find places to kind of hide or go sit with my wife or whatever, and not be in the midst of all the drinking. And if worst comes to worst, if it comes down to it, and if we're close enough to shore, I'll just jump off the freaking boat and swim. There's always that option too. Which brings me into what I keep trying to say about if you do get roped into one of these parties and having to go to them or wanting to go to them. There's a few tactics that I do use and that I have used in the past. One is for myself. I'm again in AA. I do work the program. I do have a sponsor, and I know he's only a phone call away. And if he's not available, I know other people that I can call and talk to. So that is a huge one. Have somebody on speed dial that you can call if you're feeling a little itchy, so to speak. Another thing that is perfectly okay to do is just excuse yourself for a few minutes. Just be like, hey, gotta go step outside for some air, or I smoke cigarettes, so I can just use the excuse, I'm going outside to smoke. And I'm not suggesting that you take up smoking just to avoid drinking, but it works out for me. It's a good excuse for me. And then, obviously I go outside, I'll have a cigarette. I will honestly say the Serenity Prayer or third step prayer, probably a dozen times if I have to. Um, you can also, another tactic that I use when I'm out in places where a lot of people are drinking is I keep a drink in my hand. Usually it's ginger beer with a little bit of cranberry and bitters and a lime, so it looks like I have like a cocktail, but it's not alcoholic, obviously. And I generally keep it full, just sip on it a little bit. And since I got a full drink in my hand, people tend to not come up and keep asking me if I want a drink or anything. Sometimes they come around, oh, you want to take a shot? And I'll just, no, I don't want a shot, thank you. And then here's another thing too that a lot of people don't realize. You can go to the bartender, or if you're sitting at it's like you're being served at a table, pull the waitress aside and be like, look, hey, I'm a recovering alcoholic. I don't drink. I don't want to drink, and I would appreciate it if you didn't constantly come around asking me if I wanted a drink. And they respect the fuck out of that. I know a lot of people that are in the service industry, and they really appreciate and respect it when somebody says that to them. They're just, because a lot of them are like, hey, that's good. First of all, it takes a lot of balls to just admit that and say something, but also to be conscious of it, and really, obviously, you're trying not to drink, so they go out of their way to make you more comfortable. And sometimes you get free shit too. I was at a bar one time I was I think the bartender asked me if I wanted a drink or something like that. And I just said, yeah, I'll have a ginger ale. And he goes, oh, you're the designated driver? And I looked at him, I literally said, no, I'm a drunk. And he goes, no, say that you're the designated driver. And just kind of looked at him like stupid. He's like, designated drivers get free wings all night. And I was like, oh, I'm the designated driver, yeah. So yeah, sometimes you get free shit for being a recovering alcoholic, which is always nice. It's a little bonus. And then another couple of things too for when people get really kind of pushy, is that when they keep because they'll ask you oh, hey man, are you gonna have a drink? And you say, no, I don't drink. And they look at you like you got fucking 10 heads. Like, what? You don't drink? Oh, whoa. Come on, just have a drink. I'm like, nah, man. Just sometimes you have to be really forceful with them. Be like, look, I don't drink. I don't want to drink. Please stop asking me, okay? Enough's enough. And they'll, leave you alone, or maybe they'll call you an asshole or something, but it's fine. I've been called an asshole before. But then they'll ask, well, why aren't you drinking? Why, you got a problem? But, well, yeah, I do. And then, one thing that I say is, I'm not drinking. It's more for your protection than it is for mine. Because if I start drinking, I'm gonna freaking be a menace. It's true. It really is. And then people are like, oh, wow, okay, you're that kind of a drunk. And yes, I am. And then lastly, there is absolutely nothing wrong with just leaving. You don't have to make a big production out of it. Do the Irish goodbye, as they say, and just go. Grab your shit. If there is somebody that you want to say goodbye to, maybe sneak over, just say, hey, gonna get out of here. But there is absolutely nothing wrong with just taking off. Yeah, maybe somebody might have some hurt feelings for a couple days or a week or something that you just left their party without saying goodbye or whatever. But honestly, who cares? Really? Who cares? Oh, your feelings? Really? Shut up. And go home, because it's your health, it's your sobriety, it's your well-being. You should put absolutely nothing before your sobriety, even family, for whatever. Because for an alcoholic like myself, if I start drinking, I lose it all. I lose the family, I lose the friends, I lose the good kind of good name that I've been making for myself lately. And with drinking, I lose all that anyways. So yeah, have some fucking hurt feelings. I'm staying sober. I'm leaving. I'm not feeling comfortable. I'm feeling like a little bit of an itch. And honestly, like, and you don't know when the cravings are gonna creep up on you. They sneak up on you like a fucking kick in the balls. Like the other day, got into a little bit of a tiff with my wife. Not a tiff. So I came home from work. I picked her up and went to go give her a kiss, and she kind of dodged a little bit. I kissed her on the cheek, and she's not sober. All right, she doesn't have a problem. She's a normie. She can have half a beer and be okay and walk away from it and not have any more alcohol for like weeks. Out of respect for me, we don't keep any alcohol in the house. She doesn't drink in front of me. She rarely drinks at all, really. But she had a rough day at work, and she decided to have a beer after work. And so she dodged my kiss because she had alcohol on her breath, but I could still smell it. And I got really upset. And my first thought, though, because I smelt the beer, and my first thought, literally, even after 8 months of being sober, was, well, fuck it. If she can do it, I can do it too. I can have a drink too. And then I was like, no, I can't. And then I just started getting mad, and I was angry, but I wasn't really angry at her for having a half a beer. She didn't hide it. She admitted it. It wasn't like she was sneaking it. But I got mad at myself for having that craving and having that thought. And I picked up the phone. I called, I texted my sponsor. We talked. We chatted a lot. And two things that, kind of came out of it was, I was upset that I didn't get my hello or, my good evening kiss or whatever, from my wife. And I was mad at alcohol for that, because that's like, that's really important to me nowadays, getting that hug and kiss from my wife when I see her right after I get out of work. And then the other thing that he even said, and he's been 6 years sober now himself. It's jealousy. I'm jealous. I'm jealous that she can have a drink and be fine, or even half a drink and be fine, and not fucking completely make a mess of her life. I'm jealous of that. I'm jealous of everybody that can do that. Like, why can't I do that? But that's my addiction talking, because like, why would I even be jealous of that? Why would I want that? Why would it matter then and be something to be jealous about if I wasn't addicted to alcohol? If that makes sense. So anyways, worked it out. Apologized to my wife for having a negative reaction, because that's one of the things we do when we're wrong. We promptly admit it and try to make amends. So I apologized to her right away. Just went about my life. Went to a meeting and settled it. Prayed. Gave it over to God, as we call it. I think I'm getting a little bit away from the holiday topic, though. And so then, okay, so back to the holidays. Back to why do the holidays, why are they such a big time of relapse? If you think about it, right? Like, I think it's our addiction trying to convince us that we're missing out on something, and that we should drink, and that the holidays are about camaraderie and family, and part of that includes alcohol. But if you think about it, the holidays are no different from any other day. Like I said, go out and party and get absolutely sloshed. That was just a regular Tuesday night for me. the holidays have nothing to do with it. I was, you know, I would get just as drunk on a regular day as I would on the holidays. And as a matter of fact, as I got older and family, like I would try to hold back on the holidays so I wouldn't fucking ruin them like I always did. So I really truly think that it's just a time of year for our addictions to really start trying to work their magic on us, so to speak. I don't know if that's the right way of putting it, but trying to work get their claws into us. Our addiction is trying to get its claws into us, and it's using the holidays as the excuse. Because if you think about it, like I said, it's really no different from any other day when we were actively drinking, right? I mean, towards the end, I didn't need an excuse to drink. I just drank because I needed to. But now, let's think about it, guys. This year, if you're sober, or if you've been sober for a while and have had holidays where you haven't drank, or you're coming up on your first holidays and you're sober and you're not drinking, think about what it's like now. And I'll end with this. Think about what it's like now as compared to what it used to be like. When I was sober for the 7 years in the States, the holidays were so much better because I wasn't having to apologize. I wasn't feeling sick to my stomach. I wasn't feeling like death. I wasn't making an ass out of myself. I could remember everything. My family was happy and smiling and laughing. New Year's I would stay up and I with my loved ones and watch the ball drop and remember it. And we would celebrate with sparkling cider instead of champagne. And the holidays were just so much better. They were about family. They were about coming together. They were about everything that goes along with it. Presents are one thing. I'm 47 years old. I don't look forward to Christmas for physical presents. If I need something throughout the year, I buy it. I don't need anything. But my presents this year, and this is like a big thing for me this year because again I'm not newly sober, but I'm starting my sobriety journey again, and I'm and I have so much more to be thankful for this year too. I got my grandsons, I've got my wife, I've got just so much more going for me now, and I'm looking forward to doing it sober, so I can see and appreciate and remember my grandson's first Christmas. They're going to be opening presents for the first time, and we decorated the tree and got made little ornaments for everybody's first Christmas here, and and looking forward to a new year in sobriety. It's just great, and think about New Year's too. Like New Year's Eve is like freaking amateur hour. It's all the people that don't necessarily have a drinking problem that go throughout the year leading relatively mundane lives, building up to this one night, and then they all come out in force and get absolutely hammered, can't handle their liquor, go out and drive around and just cause mayhem everywhere. Fucking amateur hour. Not like us professional drunks. Anyway. But yeah, I told my daughter, and I'll close with this. I told my daughter the other day, she was asking me, Dad, what do you want for Christmas? I said, I don't want anything for Christmas. And she goes, Dad, you gotta want something for Christmas. You gotta get something. You gotta have something under the tree. And I said, honey, I don't want or need anything. And I says, you know what? The biggest gift this year you've already given me, and your sister's already given me, is those two little babies and my happy little family that's growing, and new members of the family like your husband, and my wife is back. I said, and that's all the gifts I need. All the gifts I've needed have been given to me by sobriety. what do they say? Sobriety gives you everything alcohol promised. That's what I got. So anyways, I'm glad to be back. If you made it this far, please like and subscribe, share it out. Please leave a comment on any of your thoughts of what I said in this video. I'm really going to try to be on top of making new content, but I've got, as busy as I have been, I'm going to be just as busy in the coming weeks because I'm traveling up to Boston for the holidays to see my mom and stuff, and so I'll try to get a couple of videos in up there. But yeah, anyways, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for everybody's support. I see that I'm getting some new subscribers, and welcome to the channel, and thanks. One day at a time.